Hello?
Hello? Like scary movies. Like scary. Like scary. Like scary.
Just some scary movie.
Hey, spooky pretties, and welcome back to my Wednesday Scream collection series. I hope you all had an amazing 4th of July weekend. I know I did. I had a lot of great food, spent some quality time with my family, shot off some fireworks, went to the zoo. It was a hoppin' good time, and I hope the same was said for you. Today, I am debuting a new shirt that I actually ordered a while ago, and it just arrived yesterday. This is a Scream 3, yes, Scream 3 shirt from Rucking Fotten. Yeah, it's kind of a play on fucking rotten, but Rucking Fotten. I will include their website information below. Check them out. So let's take a look at this shirt a little closer. All right, so we've got Sydney over here on the side, Ghostface over here. We got what I believe some Japanese writing. We've got Scream, right? Wes Craven's Scream. And then down below, we've got some more of the cast that's like on the poster. Hard to see from here for me. So I think that's, yes, from upside down, that's Sydney, Dewey, Gail, Jennifer, and we've got Christine, the beginning kill, right? Yeah, Christine on both ends, I think. Can't tell from upside down. And then the back, it's supposed to be like a soundtrack tee. The back, we have the entire artists who are on the Scream 3 soundtrack. So, because I'm wearing this shirt today, I'm gonna talk all about the soundtracks for the franchise. So yes, I'm so excited to have a Scream 3 t-shirt. Even if most of it is written in Japanese, it's still pretty badass. I would love to have more Scream 3 and Scream 4 merch. But today, let's hop into the soundtracks. So I know this won't exactly be thrilling, but I do like to talk about soundtracks. So not only are we going to look at them, we're going to talk about them. So I'm going to apologize because some of you are probably going to freak out on me, but my soundtracks are not in the best of shape because I actually listen to them and carry them in my car regularly. So the cases are kind of beat up, I'm not gonna lie. So here is the original soundtrack, music from the Dimension motion picture Scream. We've got the regular Casey poster on the front. Down at the bottom, it says what I just said, Scream, music from the Dimension motion picture. And then here on the back, same thing at the top, and then lists all the artists and the names of the songs. And then includes the cast of the movie and the director and lots of things that you would see on a movie poster. And again, a faded out image of Casey. So I'm gonna pop it open and we're gonna look at the little slip inside. Not much to be had in here. Just some images from the movie, and again, the titles of the songs along with the artists. And it looks like special thanks to certain people in the corner. So we've got all these images down here from the soundtrack. We've got Casey, Billy, Stu, and Randy, Principal Hembry, Tatum and Dewey, Gail, Tatum, and Stu, excuse me, and then Billy holding Sydney. So take a look at those. And then the back is the promotional image we see of Sydney and Billy quite often. And again, it lists the casts, the Dimension Films, the director. So let's talk about the songs on here. This is one of the most iconic horror soundtracks, in my opinion, possibly movie soundtracks of all time. I love this soundtrack. I don't think there's a song on here that I don't like. I think they all are perfect choices for the film. They all fit for the era it was in and for the type of film it was. It just worked. I love, how can you go wrong with Youth of America? Red Right Hand, I mean, that's so Scream. That's so classic Scream. Don't Fear the Reaper. I love the original version of Don't Fear the Reaper, but I also love this version by Gus. It's slowed down and chill, and I'm not going to show it to you guys today, but I actually have tattooed on the back of my neck, Don't Fear the Reaper. Actually, I will show it to you, but I won't turn around and show it to you. I will just include a picture that is now popping up here. Yes, I have a Don't Fear the Reaper tattoo on the back of my neck that I got at Texas Frightmare in 2015 with a few other fellow Scream fans and friends. But back to this list, I think, like many other people that love this movie, I think my favorite though is definitely Moby's song, which is Moby, First Cool Hive. I was like, why do I not see it on here? But it's right there. Moby, First Cool Hive, which is where we see where we hear at the very end of the film when Gail's doing her thing, getting the scoop in of what happened at Stu Macher's house. And it's just, the movie ends in the most perfect way, and that song is the most perfect choice. And when you hear it, you immediately think of Scream. I don't think of anything else. So that is definitely my favorite song on the soundtrack. But again, there's probably not a song on here that I don't like. And here what the disc looks like. I'll pop it out. Very simple. Scream all the way, baby. So along with that version of the Scream soundtrack, I have the music composed and conducted by Marco Beltrami on soundtrack, the deluxe edition. This is all the actual music, like instrumental composed music from the film, not the songs, but such as Sydney Wants It, Dewey and Gale, Off to See Hembry, Killer Stabs Billy, those type of instrumental songs. But I just noticed something on here. Look at that. Somebody didn't know what they were doing. Right here when it says Dewey and Gale, Gale is spelled incorrectly. It's G-A-I-L on here, but we know it is spelled G-A-L-E. So before I flip over and show you that, here's the front. I still have this sealed in plastic. I have not opened it. So this one I have not trashed. It says right there at the bottom, music composed and conducted by Marco Beltrami, original motion picture soundtrack, the deluxe edition. And on the back, we have the iconic image of Sydney on the phone with Ghostface. All the songs listed there. And it's a limited collector's edition of only 2,000 copies. So this is one of 2,000, pretty awesome. And right here is where it's spelled Gale wrong. I don't know if you guys can see it. It's kind of hard, but just take a look, browse. Somebody messed up. And here we have Scream 2 soundtrack, which I love just as much as the original soundtrack. We've got the ever popular Scream 2 movie poster with Sydney and Maureen, aka Jada Pinkett Smith. We've got the Scream 2 logo at the bottom. And it says also the new thriller from Wes Craven, music from the Dimension motion picture. We've got some color here with the red, which is nice. On the back, again, with the artists and song titles, we've got the cast from the poster and Scream 2 and all of the cast listing and crew at the bottom. Open it up. Here's the disc. Pretty simple like the first one with the Scream 2 logo. And then right here, which is pretty cool, behind the disc and behind the little piece that holds the disc in is a very small image of Ghostface. You can kind of see it. And this slip is a little thicker than the original soundtrack. It's longer, much longer. So we've got all the songs and the artists here. Again, special thanks and credits to the director and all that jazz. And then we've got the images here with the Rialto, Sydney and Gale, Gale and Dewey, the sorority sisters, Sydney about to smack Gale again. And then on this side, We've got some more of Gail being chased, one of Derek. I like the images they chose for this. And like the Scream font written in between the photos with the two at the top. Very cool. And the songs I like on this album, again, I don't think there's a bad song on here. I'm obsessed though with Help Myself by Dave Matthews Band. I am a huge fan of Dave Matthews Band. They are actually one of my top 3 favorite bands. And so I'm a little biased, but then again not. I genuinely like this song. But I'm sad because I have seen Dave Matthews over 10 times in concert, which sounds like a lot, but my brother has been a fan longer than I have. He's older than me. He's been around forever. Make my brother sound ancient. My brother is older than I am and has been able to go to his concerts longer than I have. But I've been to over 10. He's been to over 50. It might be over 60 now. But anyways, I've seen Dave over 10 times and I've never heard him play Help Myself live. And my brother says he never will. It's not one of his popular songs. Even though we as Scream fans enjoy it, it doesn't get played live. So it is on my bucket list to hear this song live. I doubt I ever will, but I'm keeping my fingers crossed. I also love Your Lucky Day in Hell. She Said. Suburban Life is pretty awesome. It always makes me think of Randy. Oh, I just love this soundtrack. And of course you can't go wrong with I Think I Love You. Here we have Scream 3. Again, some nice pops of red. Like a little color to my soundtracks. On the back it says Scream 3 the album and includes all of the artists and songs, and it says the executive soundtrack producers of this were Creed, who has 2 songs on here. Take a look. There's a website for this one, www.scream3music.com. Scream 3 definitely had more of a metal rock vibe to it than the first 2 soundtracks. The sound of this soundtrack definitely changed up. So let's look at the insert here. Opens up. Woo! Let's check this out. That's kind of cool. It's black and white with pictures of all the bands and artists, which I like. I like this better than just the text and the font. You actually can see who you're listening to. So that's really cool. And I like that it's black, white, and gray. Very cool tones. And then the back, we've got some more pictures of the artists, these ones in color. So not really images from the movie as the other soundtracks did previously. But again, it's pretty cool to see the artists involved. And it has a huge thank you list on the back of this one, much bigger than the first 2 soundtracks. Now I feel like the most popular song on here and the most well known is What If by Creed. Very awesome, angry song. But I also really like on here the song by Powerman 5000, Get On, Get Off. I do love the Creed song, Is This the End? System of a Down, Spiders. All of it is great. There's some really good bands on here. Incubus, Fuel, Godsmack. Jeez. I haven't listened to this one in a while. I usually listen to 1 and 2. However, I do really like 3. So I might need to pop this in my car for a bit because it's been a minute. And here is the disc, which is a little more fun than the first 2. Got an awesome image of Ghostface, Scream 3 title at the top, artists at the bottom, and song list. Very cool. And on the back here we have images and cast pictures from the movie. I like that, including a little snippet of 100% Cotton. Gotta love that. And last, but certainly not least, we have the Scream 4 soundtrack. Now I gotta tell you, and I've said this before, don't hate me, don't at me. I love Scream 4, even with all its faults, but this soundtrack is boss, and I prefer the soundtrack over the movie. Like if I had to say one was better than the other, it's the soundtrack. It really is. The movie is good, but there's so many faults to it. But the soundtrack is badass, and I'm just so glad they nailed the soundtrack. If they didn't nail the movie, they nailed the soundtrack. After the first 3 were so good, the 4th one was good. I think this one might be better than the Scream 3, depending on what type of music you like, but I love this. I can't get enough of this soundtrack. I had this on repeat for so many years after Scream 4 came out, and I still listen to several of these songs, probably weekly, monthly, definitely. On the back, we've got, again, artists and songs, cast and crew at the bottom, Scream 4 logo at the top. And let's pop this open. Here's the disc. Simple, back to simple. After Scream 3's detailed pics and disc. But we've got a little something something here on the back. Sydney's eye popping out through the 4. And for the insert, back to what's looking like only 2 pages. New decade, new rules on the back. And on the left side, we have images from the film, and on the right side, we have songs and artists. Simple. And pretty much all the promo images for Scream 4 that we always see. Not bad choices. I don't think there's a song on here I don't like either. I know I keep saying that, but the Scream soundtracks are just really great in my opinion. But I am definitely obsessed with Something to Die For by The Sounds. I could listen to that song on repeat. It's something I remember very clearly when I attended the Scream 4 premiere. So as soon as I hear that song, I think of the exact moment I heard it in the film while attending the premiere. Memories immediately flood back to me. So I really love this song. I love Bad Karma. I love, Yeah by The Sounds. That one's also good. So The Sounds have 2 songs on this soundtrack and they're both fantastic. And we also have a few on here by Marco. So yes, but I just love this soundtrack. It makes up for some of the bad crap we get in Scream 4. So yeah. All right, so this actually ended up being a longer video than I thought it would be. I thought I would let you guys know some of my other favorite horror soundtracks. I love the I Know What You Did Last Summer soundtrack. I love the Lost Boys soundtrack. I love the Craft soundtrack. All really good horror soundtracks that I still listen to this day. I'm sure I forgot a couple. Oh yes, I love the soundtrack to the movie Brain Scan, the soundtrack to The Crow. Oh, can't go wrong. Can't go wrong with any of those. So please let me know in the comments below your favorite songs from each of these albums, or if you have a favorite album of the 4 and other horror soundtracks that you might enjoy. Please let me know. I'd love to discuss with you guys. Thank you for tuning in. Check me back here next Wednesday, and in the meantime, continue to keep it weird and make it Maggie. See you then. Bye.